Yo, snap turtle, all up in the truck on his way to the plantation. Was good, folkers. Was good. Interesting world we live in. You know, right now we are in what's known as El Nino in terms of the weather in Southern California. And yesterday we had a huge weather system off the coast that was supposed to dump a shitload of rain on the Southern California. Probably would have given us about 6-7 inches of rain.
In a quarter of a mile,
But
right
as I showed you guys
Southwestern Avenue.
As I showed you on Sunday, they sprayed the crap out of the sky near the coast to the west. You can see you can see everything. I mean, you can see the streaks. You can see the irradiated particles that were covering the entire sky. You saw the rainbow, which was created by a prism from these metals. Hey, it was good. Aw, how you doing, princess? So Sunday I showed you guys the sky on Sunday, and you can see all the spraying they had done at the coast.
About 0.8 of a mile.
And you can see the trails, you can see the haze that was created from the trails being irradiated, and it was all going on at the west, at the coast of of Southern California. And like I said, it was supposed to rain yesterday, it was supposed to rain today. But alas, it did not. They just completely destroyed this system.
Left turn.
Okay, they completely destroyed all the moisture that was coming in, and this is what we have. It's 74 degrees right now, in the middle of December. This is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely. No, they're done. They did their job. They destroyed the system, and now they're going to save their gas. They're going to save the fuel from flying the jets, and they're going to save the particles and use it for another purpose. You're right, princess. They didn't spray today. They accomplished what they set out to accomplish. As you can see, there are no trails whatsoever in the sky, right? Planes fly every day. Yet you don't see these trails every day. If these trails are created by condensation that the planes need to offload, right? Then why aren't we seeing trails every day? Look, there's a plane. There's a plane right there. I don't know if y'all see it. See? Right over here. Right there. There's a plane right there. No trail. Anyway, so we got some interesting things going on in the world today, in the justice system. All right? And
in half of a mile,
you know, it's important to point out
South Normandy Avenue.
The dichotomy between those who support child molestation and those who don't, and those who are victims of child molestation. We have to get into that, because what I'm seeing is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know if you guys heard about Cyntoia Brown. Cyntoia Brown is a young woman who from a very early age was brought into sex trafficking at age 13. Okay, her punk ass pimp had raped her, taken advantage of her, broke her mind, and forced her to sell herself. And he sold her to several people, okay?
Next right, and then
throughout her entire childhood, her teenage years. And, you know, when she was 16 years old, there was this one John, right, that got real aggressive. And she ended up killing him in self-defense. And they just gave this poor young woman, they sentenced her to 51 years before she could become eligible for parole. 51 years for defending herself against a nasty ass pervert
Proceed
who had
about
no
1
business,
mile to South Figueroa
had no
Street.
business
1 mile ahead.
messing around with
on the
a
route.
16-year-old child.
Slow traffic.
No business. But see, I think I seen, yeah. And you know, this is what we have. This is how our justice system operates. See, this is a very clear signal, a very clear message to everyone that if you go against pedophilia in any way that isn't, you know, a little slap on the wrist, right? Because most pedophiles, if they get convicted, they get about 3 years in prison, something like that. They don't get very much time at all. And we're talking about someone who would destroy a child's life. Okay? They essentially killed that child. I believe that child molesters should go down for what's equivalent to murder when they get convicted. If there's sufficient proof, and you're raping an underage child, your ass needs to be castrated. You need to be hung, and then they need to cut your head off and put your head on a pike for all the world to see. That's what I believe should happen to a child molester. I ain't playing with y'all. I ain't playing with child molesters. All right, let me tell you what I'm gonna do if I catch someone molesting my child, because I already know what's gonna happen if I put his ass, if I try to get him locked up. They're gonna give him probation, and don't let him be rich, right? If you're rich, what's good, Derek? It's all good. If you're rich, you're not gonna get much time at all. This is what happens, okay? There's that boy, that white boy who came from wealthy parents. He was a college student. He was a swimmer, and he got caught raping a 6-year-old behind a trash can. Okay, and all he got was probation because they didn't want to ruin his life. Yep. They didn't want to ruin this poor white college student's life. So they gave him probation for ruining a 6-year-old child's life. Now the 6-year-old can't have children. Okay? She can't live a normal life. She's going to go through life and she's going to have PTSD. She's not going to be able to be intimate with men, possibly. And he ruined her life. But all he gets is probation because he's a promising swim student. This is that bullshit. I ain't playing with these. Listen, I ain't monetized, so I'm a cuss. I'm gonna be angry. It is what it is. If you're not angered by this shit, then I don't know what's wrong with you. And I'm gonna bring your attention to a billionaire by the name of Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, Jeffrey Epstein is a millionaire who is also a serial rapist of underage children. All right, he was caught and convicted, and he was able to work out a deal with the DA to where he was convicted. So no alleged. I ain't saying alleged. Fuck that. Y'all can come for me. I don't care. He worked out a deal with the prosecutors that would allow him to spend, I believe it was 16 months in prison, or 16 months in county jail. But he had his own private wing in his private jail, in the county jail. So he would set up underage sex parties on islands, okay, for all his little wealthy friends to come and enjoy the milk and honey of underage children, poor children, poor little girls who had no choice in the matter. His ass gets to spend 16 months in a private wing of a prison, of a county jail. And he had flat screen TVs, and he was able to go to his office 12 hours a day. For 12 hours, his ass was able to go to his office and continue to make his money. All right, this is what happened. And he only had to pay restitution, some restitution to some of the victims. Huh? Some restitution to some of the victims?
9 miles ahead on the route.
Man, I tell you, if you wealthy, if you got that money, boy, you can do whatever you want, right? That's why we want to be rich in America, right? All we got to do is have the right size bank account, and we can go around bullying anyone, touching anyone, grabbing motherfuckers by the pussy, whatever the fuck we want to do, right? Huh? And what do? We sit around, we send our kids to the brainwash facility known as schools, where they're now teaching our children how to motherfucking do all this bullshit in California. How do you give some motherfucker, how do you give a man a blowjob? Oh, this is how you use this toy. You can be whatever gender you want. All this bullshit. So they're already raping the minds of our children, okay, in school. And then we have to sit up here and watch motherfuckers like Jeffrey Epstein have child sex parties on islands and motherfucking... It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And this is what... See, this is the ultimate brainwashing right here. The ultimate. We are allowing our children to be destroyed. The war continues on our children. Okay? The war continues on our women. Yeah. It's bullshit. And you know what? It seems like people like me are always coming at you with the problems, right? But every problem has a solution. Every problem. And sometimes it's just difficult to find solutions for some problems than others. Yes, some problems are more difficult, but every problem has a solution. Okay? And that solution is not to stand for this shit. We don't have to stand for this justice system picking and choosing how it's going to dispense justice. All right? Because that's exactly what it's doing. Based on color, based on finances. If you're rich, you can do whatever the hell you want, right? You know, some of these wealthy people, they'll fly to Thailand, okay, or Brazil, so they can mess with little children. Because guess what? The age of consent in Brazil is like 14 years old. I don't know exactly what it is in Thailand, but in Thailand, oh man, my wife's cousin, spent a year in Thailand teaching English, and there was a classroom for girl boys. There was an entire class of little boys who were transgender or transsexual or whatever. They were trannies in the school age.
Continue on.
8, 9, 10, 11 years old.
South.
At a school in Thailand, dressing up as girls, learning how to be ladies and shit. We talking about boys. Learn how to be women and learning how to go out there and sell themselves to disgusting, nasty ass perverts. Okay? This see, that is a sex trafficking warehouse. Because the only reason they're going to learn English is so that they can sell themselves to English speaking nasty motherfuckers. That's the way I see it. All right. This is a problem. Cyntoia Brown gets 51 years in prison, and Jeffrey Epstein, who's had numerous victims, gets 16 months in prison in county jail. And guess what? He doesn't have to worry about saying that he's a convict on a job application because he owns his own fucking business. He's a billionaire. He never has to worry about that. So he took that shit on the chin. He took it on the chin. And this society is getting bad, man. Be prepared for legislation that will lower the age of consent. Okay? Be prepared for that. And guess what? They're going to fight hard for that because you already have people going on TED Talks talking about why pedophiles need to be allowed to be pedophiles and be free to be pedophiles. Talking about back in the day, we used to, marry 14-year-olds, 13. Who gives a fuck? There's a reason that they brought these laws about. And I'm gonna talk about your girl Nicki Minaj, that nasty ass heifer, Nicki Minaj. Let me tell you something. She may be a little pretty in the face, but with that popcorn booty, I can't do it. I can't do it. But her nasty ass clearly loves to support pedophiles and rapists. Okay? Clearly. Her brother was convicted of child molestation. She fought tooth and nail to keep him out of jail. Spent all kind of money on legal defenses. But apparently, he didn't have enough money. They didn't have as much money as Jeff Epstein. They didn't have enough money for that. They didn't have enough money to get his ass in the private wing of the prison. So I hope his ass gets, I ain't gonna say it. I'm not gonna say that. But Nicki Minaj is clearly a nasty motherfucker and a supporter of nasty motherfuckers. Clearly. There's no two ways about it. Okay? Because now she's dating this guy, Kenneth Steppenstone, whatever the fuck his name is. And he's a convicted rapist, right? And when people bring that to her attention, as if she didn't already fucking know, she says, oh, well, he was 15 when it happened and she was 16. So, like, excusing the behavior just because he was a 15 years old. It doesn't matter how old he was. The fact is, he took the cookies against her will at knife point. Allegedly. I'm not going to say, I think he was convicted of that. He served his time. He should have served more time. He should have been castrated. And because he was underage, he should have been castrated and that's it. You don't have to put his head on the pike. Just castrate it and feed it to him. I'll let him have that. Just joking, YouTube. I'm just kidding. Listen, we got to do better by our children. I already did a live talking about how there's a war against our women and children, right? And they're winning. They're gaining ground. Battle after battle. Because you can't even defend yourself as a child victim without getting 51 years in prison. But Nicki Minaj can parade around supporting pedophiles, dating pedophiles, naming her alter ego after a pedophile, Roman Polanski. Let me tell you something about Nicki, man. Nicki Minaj is going to be the harbinger of the LGBT / pedophile movement. Okay, this is what they're doing. They're telling us when we see Nicki Minaj running around doing this dumb shit, and she has lots of supporters, she has lots of fans. They're going to see this, and you're going to see young children wondering why they can't go out and date grown-ass men or grown-ass women. All right, you're seeing female teacher after female teacher sucking teenage dick. Okay, you're seeing them getting pregnant by teenage boys, and I don't. You know what? That's nasty. You can't excuse it either way. Okay, I don't care if it's a man doing it to a young girl or a grown-ass woman doing it to a young man. It's a young girl, a young boy. It's disgusting. All right, either way. Don't put your grown ass mouth on my son's whatnot. You understand? I don't care how beautiful you are. It doesn't matter. Take your ass to Living Space or whatever fuck that livingsingle.com and find your ass a lover. Okay? Stop going after little kids. If you're desperate, listen. You know they got. I don't know, man. Go somewhere. Go somewhere where, you know, the women look young but they older. I don't know. I don't know what you gotta do. Take your nasty ass away from the children. Period. Because I'm telling you, there needs to be a movement, okay, outside of the justice system that takes care of people like that. In South America, places in South America, they do it all the time. This one guy was tied to a tree, okay, and they beat the shit out of him. And in another place, about 50 townsfolks, okay, stabbed this dude 30,000 times everywhere on his body. That was it. It was a wrap for him. He wasn't touching no more children. And they left the knives in him. Stabbed him up. Listen, and they burned a chick who was messing with a little boy. They didn't discriminate. Girl, man, woman. You get caught doing that bullshit, hey, you know what I'm saying? They burned her ass alive. And watched her as she burned. Listen, man, you gotta take those measures. I'm not saying that go out and do that. I'm just saying they obviously get in trouble for it. That's all I'm saying. Because their justice system apparently works a little different. We need to send a message back to these motherfuckers. Okay? That it's not okay. You know, and again, this goes back to whether or not a vote counts. And again, I'm going to say your vote counted. And that motherfucker you got in the office is doing whatever the hell they want once they get in that office. And they ain't got to answer to you after that. They can ignore you. If you show up to the office, they can have you arrested for trespassing. When you go to council meetings and shit, and you sit up in there trying to speak your mind, you know, they can say, yeah, okay, whatever. And guess what? They ain't got to do shit that you want them to do. This is what we get. But, you know, sometimes these changes do happen. If enough voices speak up, you can make a lot of change go on at these council meetings, at these town hall meetings. It just has to be enough people to scare the shit out of them. I know, right? Sun all up in my face. This I don't know why this happens. I don't know why. I don't know why. This always happens. This is what happens to Kayla Robertson. So yeah.
Next exit.
We need to send a clear message. You know, but the justice system is not on our side. Ask Cyntoia Brown. She got 51 years for killing a pedophile. Ask Jeffrey Epstein. He's a billionaire who molested numerous children, got caught and convicted, and he got 16 years in the private wing of the jail. And got to go to his office every day. Listen, I'm gonna beat this drum to the end of me. Like this video. What's up, Stace? Like this video, share this video, and hit that like button when you come up in here. You know, we have to get these notifications out. We have to spread the message. We have to go to our town hall meetings and make sure our voices count. Okay, because it doesn't matter if our vote counts if our voices don't count. You know, and we already saw what was happening with the.
Proceed about 7/10 of a mile to your destination.
What's that? The voting machines and how they were pressing a certain button for a vote, and then the vote switched to the other person. You know what I'm saying? We saw that bullshit going on. Now I feel like that was probably staged. Either way, it's bad. You know, either way, it's bad. They wanted to prove voter suppression on the right wing side, so that we can be like, oh, look at the wonderful Democrats. We know they're on our side now. Oh, let's vote Democrat now. Let me tell y'all something, man. This is a game, okay? So fuck a vote. Get your vote out there. Do whatever you gotta do. Go ahead and vote. But your ass better take your ass to. If you vote and you don't go to town hall meetings, if you vote and you don't go to board meetings, school board meetings, if you vote and you just take your ass home and sit there, Haas, was good. If you vote and you sit your ass at home and drink your sparkling water and eat fucking eat Cheerios and shit like that, and you watching the world go by, you ain't shit. You're no better than the people that didn't vote. How many people show up to town hall meetings? Who knows when their town hall meetings are? Anybody? Do we know anyone who knows when the town hall meetings are? No, they vote. They feel good. They get a sticker. They get a sticker. And they get to say, I voted. Did you vote? If you ain't vote, you can't talk no shit. Nah. If you voted, you better take your ass to them town hall meetings. Okay? And that's what we all need to do. We need to make sure these pedophiles. I don't even want them to go to jail. I want something else to happen to them. I'm not going to talk about that. I mentioned something that could happen earlier in the live, but you know,
you have arrived at your destination.
It's ridiculous.
The route guidance is
Nikki Minaj. Look at her life. The pedophile supporter. Supported. And this is the point of this video. If you are a pedophile and you got dough, guess what? Like Jeffrey Epstein, y'all look him up. Look at the heinous shit this guy did. Okay, the Clintons, their people. Old girl, they got caught in the Pizzagate shit. Now she's running some child something. You know, it's just what is going on right now? What is going on? Hassan Campbell, he comes out, speaks out against a pedophile. Look what happens to him. Look at everyone attacks him. Everyone is attacking him. It's I don't get it. I don't get it. And what do? This is our fault. I'm gonna just say it. I'm gonna say it's our fault. Because we don't handle our business. You know, we need to I don't know, man. Somebody needs to make a sacrifice. I don't know. I would love to become part of a vigilante group to deal with. That's all I'm gonna say. And you know what? I spoke to my wife about joining the Veterans for Child Rescue group. But she doesn't. She's a little nervous about me doing something like that. She's nervous about me putting myself in harm's way like that because I got my own children. But look, sometimes, you know, who else is gonna step up? Who else is gonna step up? You know, I can't. I know he's gonna step up. I know, but who else? I don't know, man. Like, I just don't get it. Everybody's afraid to speak out. I'm speaking out. I got a whole ass family. I know, Kayla. I know. I'm just saying. I know. But sometimes, you know, I don't know. Everybody has. See, if we had a support group, if we had a support system, people like me should be able to go out and join the Veterans for Child Rescue, right? And help with that, help on that end, while somebody supports my wife and my children back at the house. Make sure they're okay while I'm out doing something for other people. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's just sometimes you gotta look at stuff like that. We need a bigger support group so that people can go, even if they have families, they can go out and deal with situations, and their family be okay. All right, man. I gotta get to the plantation. I'm already late, so I'm gonna get back at y'all. I might get on the live on the way home. I don't know. We'll see. But look up Jeffrey Epstein, Cyntoia Brown, and Nicki Minaj. Look at the differences of what's going on there. I know, babe. I know. Thank you, Kayla. I will. All right, y'all. Peace out. Love. Share, like, subscribe. Peace.